I present to you a video demonstration for serial communication with PLC. The following steps will be followed in order in this video. 1. NMEA Introduction, a short presentation. 2. PLC hardware will be showing. 3. TIA Portal PLC hardware will be built. 4. Software and PLC, it will take little time to finish. 5. Finally it can be tested. Before starting the software section, we should learn what is the NMEA communication. What is the NMEA? NMEA is a combined electrical and data specification for communication between marine electronics such as echo sounder, sonars, anemometer, gyrocompass, autopilot, GPS receivers and many other types of instruments. How does talker talks? There are one talker and multiple listeners, but often also listener is used as one as point-to-point communication. The NMEA is one-way communication. Talker speaks and listener wait for sentences, so talker can't detect that the message is delivered to the listener. Therefore, listener can't detect failure of listener. It depends on the electronics. There are maximum 32 listener available on a system because of RS-485 limits. How talkers talks, each sentence consists of ASCII characters. There are a few sentences for example as shown here. An example sentence, each sentences start with $, and end with checksum. After $, there are 5 character stands for message identifier. The total message length is 82 characters. We will see when we start the program about CR plus LF special ASCII characters. This is RS-485 and RS-422 serial point-to-point communication module for S7-1200 PLC. And I will use S7-1200 15 PLC as you can see. I am using this PLC because of only I have this PLC right now. Let's start the program by using the TIA portal. We can give name to project, NME PLC, and click the Create. First, let's add a PLC to project. My PLC will be S7-1200 DC-DC-DC1 AG40. PLC came, fine. Now we should add 485 rupees module. My module is 1 chain 32. The hardware section is done. Now we are ready start software. First of all, we can add a function. TIA Portal is a very advanced program but, it is very heavy so we should be patient. Let's name as NMEA function and click OK. Yes, finally, now we can start. Open the Communication section, click the Communication Processor tab. Go to PTP Communication and click on Send P2P and drag and drop it onto the Network 1. We need an input tag to request for sending data. Let's define the name as NMEA request. It is better to use global memory to access from the other function, and as address I will choose M20.0. Then connect to the request input. Click the box next to port and select the corresponding port. As buffer input, we need to define a data block. We should add a data block into our program. Let's define name as NMEA data and click on the data block icon, then click OK. Don't forget to uncheck the optimized block access, otherwise you will get an error message. For our message we should add some data into data block. I will add data as char array about 80. We also need a port communication setting, so I will add another function form the PTP communication section. To fill the inputs of the function, you can enter the help menu of the TIA portal and check the input requirements. For communication setting, request should be done only one time, so we can use PLC initial start tag. Right-click on device configuration and right-click on PLC. There system and clock memory section, go there and click both enable the use system memory byte and enable the use of clock memory byte. We will clock memory byte as sending data request. We will use first scan input as communication settings initial request. To fill the inputs of the function, you can enter the help menu of the TIA portal and check the input requirements. Or you can just follow me. Our main functions have been done. Now we should prepare the messages. Firstly, we can make initial sentences for NMEA. But ladder diagram is not good solution for this code, so I will use SCL code. Just follow me. To make it our code easy, we can add some constant value. I will write to a few ASCII code. New line is 10. I chose data type as byte because later we need to calculate the CRC code. Just follow me for other ASCII codes. After finishing the constant, we can start our code by starting with new line and then other $$ symbol. As NMEA communication should be ID name, I will write ID as G, M, E my company names and A, L. Comma is generally used to separate the values in NMEA sentences. After ID definition, we can send a message as one, then again use a comma. Our message is done, but we need to add CRC for confirmation that our message correctly received by the listener. Add a new network section and name it CRC calculation, and also we should add some values to calculate the CRC. Just follow me. CRC code has hexadecimal as char, so I need to add another function to get that bytes, so keep following me. Decimal to hexamal function is also ready. If you have noticed that I used characters as lowercase. Finally, we are done. After compile we can get some mistakes, no problem. Now we can add CRC byte with hexamal function as our last message sentences with start. Our first problem is forgetting to add code after else, so we can add code with empty return. Now our software looks OK, so we can download it to the PLC. But as you can see, we have another problem, that is firmware version. If it is possible, I will change the PLC firmware. Let's check. But for me, no solution for this small problem. If you don't have such as problem, just leave it. It is not a problem. Let's keep downloading the software, the PLC. After download, we can be online with PLC, and check what is happening in the PLC. As you can see, our sending data request is not working. Because we couldn't write NMEA request input in anywhere of the PLC, so we can use clock memory bytes to trig to request input. We can easily done by adding another network. I will choose clock 1.25 Hz. And we can assign the hour function output to observe. As you can see, our program is working without any problem. Now we can test. If you need to be sure for sending data, you can check status code from help menu as you see.
If you want videos like this to continue, please support me by subscribing to my channel. Don't forget to like my videos. Thank you.